The Taipei Grand Trail by day is famous for its beautiful walkways and iconic scenery. But after the sun sets, a whole other world emerges. Incorporating a multitude of pre-existing walkways, the 92-kilometer Taipei Grand Trail is divided into 7 stages surrounding the Taipei Basin. With a love for all creatures big and small, I just had to do the Taipei Grand Trail at night and discover what incredible animals emerge in this secret nocturnal realm. Stage 1 began in Guangdu back in May. The trail up towards Qingtian Temple was alive with flying squirrels, bats, and a variety of snakes. As we entered Yangmingshan National Park, the diversity increased. So began an incredible and unforgettable journey. But it was not just the amazing wildlife and the magical moonlit trails. It was also the incredible people who shared the experience. Curious hikers, wildlife enthusiasts, and even those wanting to face their fears of snakes and spiders. Great memories were forged, and new friendships developed. Stage 2 was delayed a few months due to the pandemic, but the ascent up Datunshan saw the adventure back in full swing. And of course, the forested mountain trails did not disappoint. All kinds of seldom seen and beautiful species were discovered. The trails up to the peak were steep and treacherous in the dark, but we made it to the summit. What we were not expecting was that we were walking into a storm. Soon, Typhoon Chanthu's fingers closed around us. A couple of weeks later, we were greeted by Xiaoyaokang's steaming fumaroles. What better time to ascend Stage 3's Qixingshan and trek the Qingtian grasslands than under the gaze of the Mid-Autumn Festival full moon. The long 14-kilometer hike took us over 9 hours. However, many of the creatures we met were a real treat, and others were quite frightening to behold in the dark forest. These semi-wild buffalo mere meters from the trail. With so many creatures lurking in the shadows, it's no wonder so many scary stories are set in the forest at night. By the time we reached the end, we were tired indeed. From Fengguizui, the 4th stage leads an easy walk out of Yangmingshan and on down towards Nehu. Although filled with amazing animal encounters, this section became as much a social outing as our numbers began to increase. Each preceding stage saw more and more people join, bringing a new dimension to the experience, with everyone's reactions and encounters being quite unique. Stage 4 presented an interesting transition from the national park with its wild animals on through farmland and cultural sites alike. As we finished the hike at Dagoshi Park, we were able to share some close encounters with some of Taiwan's most venomous snakes. With its proximity to Taipei City, Stage 5 saw our party really grow. 12 of us started out where Stage 4 left off, with a walk up from Dagoshi Park. And what a start to the night. An impressive cobra put itself on full display. One of the highlights of the entire expedition. From Bishan Temple, the trail is an easy walk along the Jiantanshan Ridge. Throughout the hike, plenty of thrilling encounters continue to arise.
Oh, look out.
Not to mention some incredible city views and unexpected trailside excitement. From beautiful temples to quaint shrines and spooky graveyards, the night was full of life. Taking advantage of autumn's last warm nights, the sixth stage had to be done on a weeknight. Nevertheless, we managed a decent crowd with plenty of new faces. It seemed the wildlife also got the memo, or at least realized it was one of 2021's last warm nights. The trail was alive with amazing creatures. Beginning at the China University of Science and Technology, and along the Four Beasts Ridge. It was a long night, on through dark streets and cemeteries, and finally all the way to Fuyang Eco Park. Again, plenty of great city views, and everybody had a wonderful time, full of rich experiences, and an abundance of fascinating life. The seventh and final stage of the Taipei Grand Trail was saved for the cooler, damper late autumn. This is when Taipei's very own jewel, the Taipei green tree frog, emerges, their breeding season being over the winter months. Although our main objective, plenty of other fascinating creatures remained despite the cooler weather. From Jinan Temple Trail, around Maokong's tea plantations, and finally ending the epic 92-kilometer odyssey at the Flying Dragon Trailhead. An incredible and memorable experience. Who would have thought such well-trodden paths would reveal such an incredible diversity of life? Be sure to check out the videos on each individual section to enjoy the full experience with us. Thanks for watching.